I didn't know where to sit.
Just 6 feet away.
Well, they're all spaced approximately 6 feet.
Approximately 6. Closer to 10, that's all right.
Better farther than close.
That's right.
In the picture, they don't have like 2 lines and they're like 2 feet apart, but they're 6 feet back. You know, like 55 to the
Side
same
by
side.
side. That's like whenever we had church, it was last week. It was like all of our pews, we did every other pew. Well, then everybody was cramming in on one pew, and I'm like, if y'all want the same thing, that's fine.
We used every pew, but it was like everybody staggered side to side. So,
Hey, how are you?
How are you? I'm okay. How y'all doing?
Y'all still hear us? Say something.
Those two beat you. Terry. They can't see you till you get on the other side of the bill.
Okay.
We can't hear her yet. She's talking, so.
you know, we could also just live stream from the Cisco WebEx with the setup like that. Could have got the live stream capabilities.
You know, ours is buffered by like several seconds whenever we're live. So if you did,
But I've got the data guy.
Barbara.
hey,
Her can't speak to you, and I was like, how could she see you?
I couldn't hear.
I just saw her sit there.
Now I hear. Hey, Kathy.
Hey, Barbara, how are you?
I'm okay. Terry Martin.
Hey,
Hey. How are you?
I'm all right. How about you?
Okay. Hanging in there.
How's your mom?
Doing pretty good. For the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for asking.
Hey, how are you? It's still raining outside?
Not raining.
Test.
Still raining?
No.
Okay.
Good.
That's
Call it, sticking it right close.
Well, hey. Can they hear?
They can.
Kathleen Terry? Well, hey.
Hey, Susan.
Hey, how you all doing?
Good. How about
Can you
you?
see me?
Not yet.
This is live.
Hi.
I probably need to mute this too.
You, come on, get out.
Good. Walking on the wall. And
Hello, y'all.
like they're everywhere. Yeah.
People all around. Man, we got y'all on screens all over the room.
I know, they're everywhere. I just, and I feel like I'm just, I have my glasses. They do too. I saw a hat, I'm kind of looking up. Hey, one of those hats. Hey,
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
How you doing?
Hey, Dr. Peters.
Hey, how are you all? I'm Miss Martin.
Good.
Good.
Hey, Lisa.
Hello? How do you see me? Is that how they're seeing me? Hello? I'll have something to ask you.
Lisa, here we go.
It's 6:30. I'll call this meeting to order. Ms. Wilson is out of the room. We'll give her just a minute to get back. To say about the confirmation vote, to notice of the media. Should be back just a second. I will go ahead and declare that we have a quorum tonight. We have 4 present and 2 working remotely from home tonight. We thank both of y'all for that. We understand the dangerous times that we live in. We appreciate what y'all do. Ms. Wilson, do I have confirmation for the meeting?
Yes, sir, we provided the, link for the YouTube and the information about it being live streamed on Facebook. On our website, I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I have a request for approval of agenda.
So move to approve the agenda as outlined for this meeting here tonight.
Motions, need a second.
Second.
Mr. Parker, any questions? All in favor, show of hands. Aye. Unanimous decision. I'd like to welcome everybody tonight, both here and the ones that are on the web. It's my understanding that we've got pretty good following last month, and probably more than would normally attend the meetings. And, I hope that this live streaming becomes a permanent thing for the future, especially if we can get more people involved and knowing what's going on in our district. So, all clouds have a silver lining, and that might be our silver lining in this. Who knows? Mr. Carpenter, would you please send the pledge, please?
Let me stand, and you all, at home is joining in, if you want to stand, that's fine too. Let's keep the flag, salute, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So I have a request that we enter into executive session.
So moved to enter into executive session to discuss certified employment contract recommendations for the 2021 school year.
And we have a motion, Ms. Calhoun, we have a second.
Second.
Second. Have we lost Miss Little? We don't see her picture. Is she's still there? Or did we lose her?
She may be having some internet problems on her end. But you still have a quorum, so
All
you can
right.
log back in a minute.
All in favor, show of hands. Ayes have it. We'll now enter an executive session. I would like to invite Ms. Thomas
Can somebody say what committee or
Waiting on this seat, should be right back. We'll start.
He won't have any more, and I don't think Amy will either. But not even realize it. It was too.
Hello, can y'all hear me, Terry?
Yes.
Hello, Jim? Hello? Inside the room here, they aren't able to hear us at the back of the room.
It's better now.
Okay. All right, everybody's present again. We'll reconvene now. Do I have a request for any action?
I make a motion to approve 30 certified employment contract recommendations for the 2020-2021 school year as presented in executive session.
Mr. Carpenter made a motion, second.
Second.
Ms. Biggs, any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Raise your hands. Unanimous vote. Thank you, everyone. Now do I have a request for approval of minutes from last month? They were sent out in the board packets. I hope everybody had time to look through them.
I make a motion to approve the minutes of the April 26, 2024 meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, show of hands, aye. Unanimous vote again, thank y'all. All right, Dr. Peters.
Hey, Mr. Chair, Mr. Vice Chair, trustee members present and virtual. I'd like to thank everyone from staff to parents and community once again for their efforts during the COVID-19 pandemic. Just off the phone with a representative from Prisma Health this afternoon late, along with the governor's initiative to test 2% of South Carolina residents. There's a request that he brought forward to me this afternoon to utilize E.B. Morse Elementary School on Thursday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. for free COVID-19 testing to the public. And so we went through the legalities and the process, and I am comfortable after talking with other superintendents in the area that it's a drive-up testing, so they will be utilizing the parking lots, and the restrooms will only be used by DPEC officials along with the National Guard. So it's the National Guard, DPEC, Prisma Health, in partnership with Governor McMaster's initiative for COVID testing. I would say to you that we should expect an increase in the number of cases. 2 days ago, 7 new cases in Lawrence County. So I want to say this thing still has legs, and it's continuing to attack. And so we are going to partner. We're going to open up the parking lot for E.B. Morse. We'll have our SRO there, as well as some of our employees to assist. Again, that time is 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Thursday.
Any limit or just as many?
They didn't give me a limit. I'm sure they'll take care of that as people come. Yeah. But it's being expanded around the state of South Carolina. I don't know if you have driven by the hardware store. I drove by, I had to pull off in park just to look at it. because it's a beautiful site and it's gonna be even more beautiful as we get the landscapers in. It's a project that I am personally and professionally proud of. I think it was a smart strategic move on the district's part. Thank the school board for your approval, for the acclamation of that project. It's gonna be beautiful once it's done. The roofing project at Lawrence Elementary School is in progress with supplies and equipment being delivered on site. 4 sections of the roof will be replaced. Work will be completed well before the start of school in August. We're hoping that school will start in August. Teaching and learning, the last packet distribution took place on May the 5th from 8:30 to 5:30 for students in kindergarten through 2nd grade. Parents drove through to pick up packets. Students also turned in completed packets at that time. We understand that some parents prefer the packets versus the virtual instruction. Therefore, packets were also available for other students in grades 3 through 8 for those who needed them. Teachers continue to conduct classes using virtual technology. Some are sharing read alouds. Our teachers are doing an excellent job. So on the heels of a great Department of Teaching and Learning that continues to set the bar very, very high. There are still some school districts around the country, and I'm sure that you all are well read and you keep up with it, that have struggled mightily with the transfer from face-to-face to virtual instruction. Our school district has done a masterful job, and again, we have to thank not only our teachers and those district offices that are facilitating it, we have to thank our parents as well, who are doing double duty. Some are still working, many are still working and going home, and also making sure that they are partnering with us through teaching and learning. Some of our teachers have developed other creative ways to help students continue to learning. We will have a summer take-home packet available for all students in grades pre-K through 4 as well. We have scheduled dates for the final packet return in conjunction with the return of textbooks, library books, Chromebooks, and other materials. On my call with superintendents and the state superintendent last week, I made a request that the State Department waives the fees that we have to pay school districts for textbooks that are not returned. It didn't go over well, and she said no. But they will extend the amount of time that we have to reimburse the state for textbooks. We can anticipate that we will have some lost textbooks, and we can anticipate that we will have textbooks that are not returned. We are responsible for the cost of those to the State Department of Education. Following schedule has been established with different grade levels assigned for each day. Students will have drop-off stations that adhere to the safety and social distancing guidelines. For families with students in different grade levels at the same school, parents may select one of the 3 dates to return items for all of their children. They are as follows: May 26, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., kindergarten and grades 3, 6, and 9. May 27, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., grades 1, 4, 7, and 10. And May 28, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., grades 2, 5, 8, and 11. On the public relations side, one of the things we've been trying to do since the advent of COVID-19 is ensure that we focus on communications from both an informational and inspirational perspective. Information has involved getting the word out about school closures, meal pickup, packet pickup, and drop-off, end of school year procedures, and decisions regarding graduation. We have utilized both print through press releases and social media to let the community know our plans. On the inspirational side, we've celebrated our graduates, recognized our school lunch heroes and student nutrition services, and our healthcare heroes on School Nurses Day. During the week of May 4th through the 8th, we virtually celebrated Teacher Appreciation Week with videos from many of our stakeholders in the community and from administrative staff. Because of these efforts on social media, Facebook, between April 15th and May 12th, we saw the following: 44% increase in action on our pages, 28% increase in page views, 43% increase in page previews, a 19% increase in page likes, a 30% increase in post reach, a 91% increase in post engagement, a 430% increase in video views of at least 3 seconds, and a 31% increase in page followers. So we truly, truly thank our PR department and the folks working to roll these out and to roll them out in real time in short periods of time after acknowledging it. Our Department of Technology has been instrumental in providing devices and working to obtain access and assistance during this time. On our call today, call with my cabinet this afternoon, Bill Finley, who's here with us, Director of Technology, informed us that we have 20 new hotspots that just came in. We're going to be getting the word out to our families who just can't get to point of reference. The buses that we have Wi-Fi on will end on Friday, the last day for virtual instruction. But Mr. Finland also stated in our meeting this afternoon that we will revisit that for the summer to determine what summer school looks like, and those buses may be rolling again. But we thank Mr. Finley for the wherewithal and the strategic vision to make sure that we order those hotspots for families who just can't get to a Wi-Fi area. Student nutrition, staggering over 82,000 meals have been distributed thus far during the month of May. Let me repeat that. Over 82,000 meals have been distributed thus far during the month of May. Today is May 18th. There have been 217,398,000 meals provided since this pandemic started. Meals are now distributed on Monday and Thursday each week and includes food items for the weekend. We're serving hot meals at all school pickup locations now, and we'll continue to do so through the summer program. There are school districts who are electing not to feed during the summer. We are not one of them. You all know how Wanda feels about feeding people, and they're doing a phenomenal job. Plans are underway for the summer program that will begin June 8th and continue through the month of July. We've received information from USDA that indicates we will likely be able to continue to utilize buses for meal distribution during the summer program. We have approximately 75% of the student nutrition staff who would like to work the summer program. In addition to providing much needed meals, this also provides an opportunity for staff to continue their income in the summer. As it pertains to seat 4 election, on May the 8th, we were notified that the election for school board seat number 4 has been rescheduled for Tuesday, July 14th. As it pertains to graduation, details are continuing to be worked out for this year's LDHS graduation ceremony. It was decided that each graduate will receive 3 tickets for them and for their families or guests. The class of 2020 will graduate on Thursday, June 4th at 10 a.m. on the football field in Casey Hanna Stadium. As soon as final details are available, Lisa will be in touch with you. She has information for you regarding graduation tonight in an envelope. Mask and sanitizer will be provided upon the entrance to the stadium. And other plans are in place to help meet the mandates and guidelines associated with COVID-19. Various scenarios are being discussed at the state level with regard to our return to school in the fall. We are awaiting more information from state officials and will plan accordingly. Should the schedule change from the previously published 2020-2021 school calendar, we will notify stakeholders as soon as possible. As a point of reference and information, Dr. Thomas, Superintendent-elect, is assembling a 55 Lawrence County COVID-19 task force. They will begin meeting soon. First week of June is the target for that assembly. This task force will oversee the guidelines that will be advised from the State Department, State of South Carolina Task Force on COVID-19 for local implementation. Assembling the folks from the hospital, from the child and daycare centers, someone from elected official from the city, like the mayor. Also, we want folks from the industry, from LCDC, also from the YMCA, as well as the chamber. So Dr. Thomas is assembling this task force, and I think it is a smart, strategic move to bring people to the table so that they can issue an advisement to the school board in terms of which direction to take. Please remember that the June monthly meeting, school board meeting, is scheduled for the third Monday, and that date is June the 15th. And with that, Mr. Chair, that completes my report.
Thank you a lot. It's hard to believe how busy everybody is, but an 82,000 meals in a little over half a month is an astounding figure.
It also speaks to the need that this community has in terms of food. And it's a basic necessity that many families provide for their children and grandchildren. But it's a signal, it's a piece of data that we cannot afford to not pay attention to.
Well, I see next under superintendent's report, approval of monthly scheduled meetings for the next year.
Yes, you have before you a schedule for school board meetings for the 2020-2021 school year requires action.
And the locations for all these meetings will remain here in district office.
That's a question for Dr. Thomas. Did you hear that question?
As far as, the
Location, okay.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now, as everybody knows, this is our regular meeting list, but our meetings very well might not be limited to this. There could very well be occasions to where we would have a call meeting, maybe as soon as July, depending on what kind of advice and all comes out from the state about reopening the schools and who actually has the responsibility to name the school start dates and that type thing at this point in time. You know, I'm assuming from what I know, the state still has that authority, but I have no idea whether they will give boards opportunity to modify these schedules to meet each community as they need. I would hope they would give us some leeway there. But this list, I just want to make sure it is not limited to this list, that there very well could be some call meetings in here. Does anybody have any questions about the dates? And just to reiterate, all these meetings would be held here at the district office like they have been.
So we need action on the proposal. Okay, so move to approve the proposed schedule for the monthly meetings for the 2021 school year as presented.
We have Ms. Calhoun on this motion, second Ms. Beeks. Any discussion, any remarks? Hearing none, we have a vote. All in favor say aye. Show of hands. Unanimous vote. Thank you. Okay, now moving along into Mr. Murray. We'll move along into the policies.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair, members of the board, Dr. Peters. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, there are issues related to student attendance, student grades, lots of other things that are in board policy that may be in conflict with state mandates and procedures we've been following. So we are presenting this board resolution for your consideration and action tonight. The board resolution says to suspend portions of board policies in conflict with state and federal COVID-19 guidelines and mandates. Whereas the Board of Trustees of Lawrence County District 55 is responsible for establishing specific policies that detail how the district should operate under foreseeable conditions at all times. Whereas this community, state, and nation are currently being affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Whereas because of the referenced pandemic, both state and federal guidelines and mandates for dealing with the pandemic may be contrary to existing board policies. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of Lawrence County School District 55 authorizes the temporary suspension of any elements of existing board policy that may conflict with either state or federal guidelines or mandates designed to help the recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic and to minimize the impact of the pandemic on students, staff, and the broader community.
Any questions? One thing, it says on our agenda, if approved, trustee will be asked to sign this resolution. That is not applicable in this situation, so we will not have to sign this resolution if adopted.
There was a grammatical error there on therefore. Thank you.
So there is spelling error.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I did actually.
All right, do I have a motion?
So move to approve the proposed resolution to suspend portions of board policies in conflict with state and federal COVID-19 guidelines and mandates.
Okay, swear a motion, we have a second.
Second.
Mr. Carter, any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye, show of hands. Unanimous vote, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Wallace.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I believe you all have a copy of the financial report for the month of April. Our balance for the treasurer as of April 30th is $10,331,823. Our revenues for the year through April 30th for the general fund, $38,737,462, with expenditures during that same period, $37,465,260, for a difference of $1,272,202. And our total tax collections for the month of April were $734,884. So, any questions regarding the financial report for the month of April? The other item that I will be presenting to the board, which will require board action, is a continuing resolution for the operating budget. And it states, whereas, one, board policy DVG provides that in the case the budget does not receive approval by June 30th, the board will adopt a continuing resolution based on last year's operating budget until the budget can be approved. Two, the state of South Carolina has initiated the continuing resolution originated by the South Carolina House of Representatives in the event that the state has not completed an adopted budget by June 30th, 2020. And 3, in the event that the state budget is not approved by the beginning of the new fiscal year, July 1st, 2020, there will be disruption and uncertainty concerning the effect of the fiscal year 2021 budget. Now therefore be it resolved, 1, in the event the state of South Carolina does not vote to give final approval of the state budget and respective education funding lines from the state budget and respective new guidelines of those funds by the end of the day on June 30th, 2020, the board directs that the fiscal year 2020 board budget in current form shall continue to govern and shall provide the legal authority for the receipt and expenditure of funds for the operations of the district until the board finds that the board's fiscal year 2021 budget shall go into effect. 2, if the state of South Carolina completes the final approval to the state budget on or before June 30th, 2020, then this resolution shall be removed and of no effect. And 3, nothing in this resolution constitutes a waiver of any of the board's legal status relating to the budget, management, and control of the Lawrence County School District 55. Since this was drafted, the state has finalized their own continuing resolution. My understanding is that they plan to return to Columbia in the month of September to finalize the state budget.
So does that mean we wouldn't have a meeting on the budget until after theirs?
My assumption is that there will be discussions before that, and we'll continue to devise on our own budget based on the discussions that we hear, weighing the probability that the information that we hear will be correct. Generally, we know which sources we can rely on, and once there begins to be consensus, we can continue to develop our own budget and probably have more work sessions before that time. So
So it may mean we have more than just one work session as well.
oh, it's certainly a possibility.
So we'll continue on to our 2019-2020 budget.
Correct. Yes, ma'am. But now, the lion's share of our general fund budget is in salary and benefits,
Right.
just like any other school district in South Carolina and probably the nation. And with pay at this time being frozen, things, but that's really not a bad estimate at this point.
Gotcha. Yes, sir. Thank you.
As earlier on the resolution where it says on the agenda, if approved, trustees will be asked to sign this. This does not apply to this either. So that would not apply at this time. Anybody got any questions for Jim? I want to ask, make sure I'm correct on this. At this point, the state did the same thing. They just signed the continuing resolution. All wages are frozen, and we just continue along at the present time, probably till September.
When they passed their resolution last week, it was with the plan to return in September to finalize the state budget.
Okay. I just want to make sure. And this means we do not have to have our public meeting since we're having a continuing resolution or do we?
That's correct. Since this is a continuation of the same budget, it does not require a public hearing. When we develop our own budget, we will have to have the budget hearing, the public hearing before that budget is passed.
Okay. All right. That's all I have.
Thank you, John.
Okay, I haven't heard no other questions. Do I hear a motion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So move to adopt the
Continuing
proposed,
resolution.
so move to adopt the proposed continuing resolution for operating budget as presented by, Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Law.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other questions about public hearings or workshops or anything before we move on? All right, well, hearing none, we'll call a vote, all in favor, aye, show of hands. Unanimous vote again. All right, thank you very much. That's, all we have for tonight. And, we missed the two of y'all. Hope to see you again in person soon. But thank you a lot. And, if no one else has any comments or anything they'd like to say, I hear a motion for adjournment. All right, second. Second, all in favor? Aye. Ayes have it. Thank y'all a lot. Bye.
All right, good to see everybody.
Good to see you.
Stay safe, everybody.
Yeah, just stay safe.